Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, mic's on, comes on. We are definitely ready. So let's get a quick sketch going. Now this pose I think is kinda hard. It'll be something like this. And there's one contact. There's the other point of contact. Knee caved in here. Knee cave in there. One, two, and one, two. It's a bizarre pose, so I started with violence today. Like absolutely violence. Hell, I might even go with something like this because definitely chose violence. Now, obviously, that's way too far down of knee, and shoulder should be like right here or something like this. Honestly, I'm getting quite comfortable with hands. At this point, I've been doing so many that it's starting little to click. So this is the one maybe should have. All right. Because you know the thing about hands is I think that they are the most about style. Like to me it feels like they're the most about it. Because like everything else has a little everything else has a little more construction to it, and My impressions of hands, that the construction is more about knowing where to like to get right the direction more than anything else, rather than actually, like, I don't quite think it in terms that apply that much construction, unlike the head when I think it's quite important. At least that's how I feel about it. Can I say, as my gestures go, and as hard as this position is, not the worst thing in the world. I get something a little bit easier. Not by that much. Not gonna. So my objective about this is to get I want to get something somewhat proportionate and capture a little bit of the energy of the pose. So I start to get like some kind of dynamism and make them look more natural. I think that the natural part of the pose is like one component that I'm missing. So like in this case, yeah, this is such a good pose. Like as a reference, this is so cool. So let's see what I can, how we can ruin it. So I think that in this case, actually I feel like I don't see any of this muscle, so that's what it feels to me, this arm. Maybe I should match the direction. That would be like a good idea. Yeah, I don't like that arm. I think like it's missing the point. But in case of this one, I believe that we might hit the target, because that would be the shoulder, and then like right. Definitely way too far. Okay, the back arm is definitely going too far and isn't quite describing what's going on there. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna condense it like this. Oh, I know that one I got like some advice from one of the videos about asymmetry, but sometimes it doesn't make so much sense. However, I would say that I'm still not there as in 100% of energy, but I'm feeling it more and more. The thing about swords that I kinda every time disappoints me is they are deceptively simple to the point that making some sword look good is deceptively difficult. Now I guess there's this caving in the middle that would do a little bit of the heavy lifting. Plus, like we have a handle, right? And this should be a cylinder. Actually, this has a lot more class than I give it to. So that's like the bad side. Say that we hold it in the hand. Well, we're gonna see the handle do something like this. Then we're gonna see like this cylinder. Okay, let's start with the basics. Put on a cylinder, deform it a little bit. Let's put a box. And even though, like, there is a little bit of weight of the space of on those words, right? Like some, not like completely still, I think. Like it's 3D, so something has to happen. That might be a little shortish. Rather than short, it's a little thin. And like one more interesting, and then I have to absolutely get doing something more akin. Like this is definitely way bigger than what I set out to do, but fine. So the POV, the sword is looking at me. That's one that's very interesting to do. I think I'm gonna start with the handle. And as like before, this would have some kind of thickness, right? Actually, it's probably better to start with the spheres. So in this case, would look something like this. And since the sword is looking at me, there should be some level of foreshortening. This is not aligned, so it's gonna look stupid. Honestly, this is peak. I think this looks very convincing. I'm gonna get a pat on my back. I think that this absolutely does service. Can I say today is not. I still wish to push a little further my gestures, but they're starting to look at least very proportionate and feel a little bit not stiff. We're working in the good direction. So back to business. This is where we at. Gonna grab my script and take a look where we go next. Also should definitely go for a walk because I do need my sunlight. So he's back to the shop. She might not need. Abigail shows a little bottle of tiny liquid. What did you get? It's a secret for shock. Abigail leaves and check out the tracks. So I'm thinking, how do I get? So I want to see Fred. Then it's going to be. So it's going to be Fred, Abigail, Fred again. Like I don't need necessarily to show him. So there could be a tiny one with the table, the Fred, dialogue, followed by showcasing the bottle. Could be like something also imbalanced like this. Pinch it. Oh my god. Ta 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 ta. Okay, this feels like a good flow. I got shocked after I got this. Check out his tracks. So this can be one single long one. Outside of the shop. Okay, his head is not gonna be like. I think that. Okay. Like Fred has a lot of actions. We have to get him to look at the poster, to look at the mountain, and then to come to run back. That's so we could shortcut. How about if he's staring here? Or rather, he should be looking there. Right? So he looks at the poster beforehand. And we can go free. Like we can go a three-way panel, or we can go even. And this could even be a two something. We could go something exotic. So he's at the top of the mountain. You see these holes. And he goes like, dear Lord. So I hope I can get some background in order to make it understand that he was looking there. My boy's running. We're running fast as fuck. So I will complete today's work. I might keep it up during lunch break, but right now I need to get a tiny bit of walking in. Otherwise, I always skip my morning work, but my morning work keeps me healthy. So today we actually got pretty chill, yeah. Very well, then I would see you tomorrow, perhaps. No, tomorrow's a good one. Actually, tomorrow we'll be aiming to 1 hour and 15 minutes, which was my last limit. So thanks.